Miguel Cabrera, Adrian Gonzalez, Victor Martinez, Dustin Pedroia. The Stars are out this weekend in Detroit. Boston brings the Red Sox nation to Comerica Park, and the Tigers are ready for a 4-game war with their longtime rivals. This monster matchup begins after we check in with the Call Sam studio. Get you ready for baseball here this afternoon. If the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Get a free small order of curly fries. You can find a copy of the box score at foxsportsdetroit.com or your local newspaper. Here is the starting lineup for the ball game this afternoon for the Boston Red Sox, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. It'll be Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off in center field, followed by Dustin Pedroia, Adrian Gonzalez. Kevin Youkilis will clean up. David Ortiz is at the DH spot today. Crawford in left, and you've got Sutton, Reddick, and Varitek rounding out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Here's our scouting report on Tigers right-hander Max Scherzer, presented today by Ace Hardware.
Well, Max is the co-ace of the staff. Of course, Justin Verlander, the other ace the Tigers will run out there every 5th day. Max lost his first game after winning his first 6 in 2011. He has 3 pitches, a very good fastball, a nice slider, an exploding changeup as well, and he also protects home court advantage very well. He's 3-0 this year with an earned run average under 1 here at Comerica Park. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment behind Max Scherzer here today. It's always presented by Beaumont Hospitals. It's Kelly once again getting a start. Today it's in left field, however. Jackson, Brennan Bosch, the remainder of the outfield. It's Inge back in there after a couple of days off. Peralta, Sizemore, Cabrera, Avila. the remainder of the starting 9 for Jim Leyland this afternoon.
Here are the numbers on Max Scherzer, who was trying to get his 7th win in Pittsburgh in his last start, but still a very good 6-1 coming in.
Strikeouts to walks, outstanding. 60 strikeouts, 24 walks coming in. The opponents have not done all that well against him, and he absolutely dominates right-handed batters.
So we're ready for baseball here. Mario and Pemba, Rod Allen, glad to have you with us here this afternoon as we bring you the Tigers and the Boston Red Sox. The first in a 4-game series. Max Scherzer is set to go to work. And our first pitch of the ball game is outside to Jacoby Ellsbury. He's leading it off for the Red Sox. Ellsbury at .295 with 4 home runs so far this year. And the Tigers held him hitless the last time they faced him in Boston. And Max misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Kind of gives you an idea of how good Boston is and how versatile their lineup is. Ellsbury, Gonzalez, and Crawford didn't do a whole lot in that series, but yet they swept the 2-game series.
Max rides one inside, and quickly now the count goes to 3-0 on Ellsbury, who you really want to keep off the bases. 17 steals this year. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and he's taking ball 4 on 4 straight pitches. The Red Sox get the leadoff man on. So Ellsbury, who leads the American League in steals, is aboard at first base.
Scherzer really has had no issues with the free passes. He didn't walk anybody 5 days ago against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the prior start to that he only walked 1.
Here is Dustin Pedroia. He'll stand in now with the leadoff man on. And he takes ball 1, so Scherzer has missed with all 5 that he has thrown in this game so far.
Well, the Boston Red Sox, they are a very patient team, very potent offense, but they will make you throw a strike. And if you don't throw them a strike, they will take their free pass.
Ellsbury posing a problem early on in this one, reaching on the base on balls. That's low, 2-0.
I like the call there by Avila, though. He has not been able to find the strike zone with the first 5 fastballs today. So why not call that field pitch? Call the breaking ball to see if he can concentrate a little bit more and find the strike zone, but he missed on that one too.
Red Sox come in at 27-22. They've been outstanding in the month of May offensively. And there's a strike up the right hand. Goes Eric Cooper. 2-1. Scherzer has only made a couple of starts career against the Boston Red Sox. He's 0-1 lifetime against them with an ERA of about 5.5. Max trying to get the Tigers a win here in game 1 in this series. Tigers had their set cut short against Tampa with the rain out yesterday. Now the 2-1. It's fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Pedroia. The homer had 3 RBIs yesterday. The Red Sox put a pounding on the Cleveland Indians at Progressive Field yesterday. Terry Francona's team beating up on the Tribe. They had 20 hits in their game yesterday. So just about everybody in the lineup had a field day against Cleveland pitching. And the 2-2. Bouncing ball foul, third base side. Pedroia missed a lot of time last year. He fouled a pitch off his foot in June. Fractured his foot, and in fact they had to put a screw into his foot to aid the healing process. You see the padding on that left foot.
I talked to him before the game today, and he said every day it's different. Not quite 100%, but he's a gamer, and that's why he's playing just about every single day.
Runner goes, and it's hit in the air toward left. Kelly coming on, and the runner will retreat. 1 gone. Ellsbury back to first base. That'll bring up Adrian Gonzales. Gonzalez, one of the big offseason acquisitions for the Boston Red Sox, and he is not disappointed. Look at those numbers. .340 with 9 homers.
And one of the things that makes Adrian so special is he hits the opposite direction with power. And we've seen Alex Avila do it a little bit this year. Gonzalez not so much power that way, but lots of doubles when hitting the ball the opposite way. And we know he's got that real short porch in left field at Fenway Park, that monster. 29 hits the opposite way already for Gonzalez. That's how you hit 340, and that's how you drive in lots of runs. Really good plate discipline.
And he's enjoying a 6-game hitting streak right now. One of the best hitters in the National League that maybe not too many people knew about because of the fact he was buried in San Diego. They didn't get a whole lot of press.
Phil Koch and Verlander did a marvelous job against Gonzalez at Fenway Park in that 2-game series. Scherzer will have to be up for that task as well because he's been one of the hottest hitters in the game.
Well, Phil Koch, as a matter of fact, got him to bounce into 2 double plays in his start at Fenway Park. 0-1 on Adrian Gonzalez. And the 0-1 lifted in the air toward left, not deep. Kelly coming on, still coming. He'll make the catch. 2 gone.
A little bit of a late break in left field by Kelly, but enough speed to still come in and make the play. Kelly plays everywhere. He'll play center. He'll play left. He's played some first, some right. A good utility man. And swinging the bat well these days.
In a pinch, he could probably even catch an inning. Although Jim Leyland certainly wouldn't want to go down that road, but he could do it. Here's Youkilis. Batting .275. And Youkilis looks at ball 1.
In his career, he has done his best work against Tigers pitching. Youkilis just pounds on the Tigers. And whether it be at Fenway Park or here at Comerica Park. There you have it.
Runner goes, and it's foul down the right field line.
So far, Ellsbury really hasn't been able to get a good jump. Take a look at Youkilis here. It's the way that he holds the bat, in which each circular motion he makes, he kind of inches his way down to the hands make contact before he starts his swing. You wouldn't teach it at home, but it really works well for him.
Here's the 1-1. 1-2 now on Kevin Youkilis. So this middle 3 here, pretty impressive for the Red Sox when you line up Gonzalez, Youkilis, Ortiz, and then, oh, by the way, Carl Crawford is lurking. A very deep Boston lineup. There's Big Papi waiting on deck.
One of the best human beings in the game. It's a gentle giant.
1-2 on Kevin Youkilis. It gets by Avila, but not far enough. Ellsbury didn't get a good read on that ball, so he stays at first base.
Ellsbury had his momentum going towards second base, and then he shut it down and then was headed back to first base when the ball kind of got through Avila's legs. Take a look at Ellsbury. He took that real quick step. Now he's going back. And then he kind of sees the ball get through and he can't start up again. That's why you have to time where your momentum's carrying you towards second base with your secondary lead. Therefore, you can advance 90 feet.
Meanwhile, 2-2 on Youkilis. And the runner goes, and it's hit in the air. Shallow right field. Bosch coming in, and the side retired. So after a slow start, Max Scherzer, nice job. Scherzer walked the first man he faced, but then got 3 fly ball outs. We'll check out the Tigers starting lineup presented by Big Boy, and it features Austin Jackson, Don Kelly, and Brennan Bosch at the top. Miguel Cabrera cleaning up, and Victor Martinez. Johnny Peralta playing short, and your bottom 3 of Velos, Sizemore, and Brandon Inge. So the Tigers will take their first swings now against Alfredo Aceves. And what has turned out to be a pretty good ball game in terms of weather, where there are some clouds in the area, but the sun trying to peek through this afternoon. Certainly a whole lot better than yesterday when the tarp was on most of the afternoon. There's a strike called on Austin Jackson. Jackson, then Kelly and Bosch. 225 right now for Austin. And the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aceves is 29 years old, out of Sonora, Mexico. Stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, 218. Jackson cuts and misses, 1 and 2. Austin 2 out of 8 in the series against the Tampa Bay Rays to start this homestand. It was to be a 3-game set. It was shortened to 2 games, with yesterday's game washed away in the 3rd inning. High fly ball right field. Routine play for Josh Reddick. And that is out number 1. Well, the Bernstein advantage brings you the scouting report on Aceves. Get the Bernstein advantage. We go to bat for you.
Well, Aceves, most of his work the last couple of years have been out of the bullpen, but he's filling in for a couple of injured Boston Red Sox, John Lackey and Daisuke Matsuzaka. He has all 4 pitches. Fast, curve, slider, change, and everything that he throws has quite a bit of movement on it.
And he'll face Don Kelly now with 1 out. Kelly again in the 2 slot for Jim Leyland today. Had a couple of hits in his last game against the Tampa Bay Rays. Donnie batting .265. A couple of hits in that Boston series at Fenway Park last week. And so Jim Leyland continues to find him a spot in the lineup, at least in the recent past. He had him playing 3rd base for Brandon Inge. Now he's got left field today. There's the 2-0 pitch. There's a strike, 2-1. Aceves, a former member of the New York Yankees. In fact, he pitched on that 2009 team that won the World Series in New York and was a key member out of their pen late that year. In fact, he was a teammate of Phil Coates that season. It's lifted back out of play. 2-2 the count stays. Don Kelly.
Comes in with a very good earned run average, 2.42. 22 in the 3rd inning so far pitched this year.
Tried to check it, looked like he went, and he did. Alan Porter down at 3rd base, rings up. Don Kelly, 2 gone.
Let's take a look at the Boston Red Sox defensively. It's always presented by Tim Hortons. You've got Crawford, Ellsbury, and Reddick in the outfield. You've got Youkilis and Sutton on the left side of the infield. Pedroia and Gonzalez on the right side, and the captain, Jason Varitek, is putting down the fingers for Aceves this afternoon.
Here's Brendan Bosch with 2 outs. Bosch at .266 right now, and he waves and misses.
He's got a pretty good cutter, Aceves. I was watching him on television down the Tigers clubhouse before the game, and he cuts that fastball inside to the right-handers. He's done it consecutively on the last 2 pitches. 1 to strike Kelly out and to get ahead of Brendan Bosch.
And there's hammered foul down the right field line. 0-2. Last year, Aceves pitched in only 10 games with a back strain problem. He was picked up by the Boston Red Sox, free agent this past February. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In the air toward left, hit pretty good. Crawford, though, goes back to the edge of the warning track, and a 1-2-3 inning for Aceves. 1 inning in the books. No score. A scoreless game. Scherzer facing David Ortiz, who last year, remember this? 3-1 pitch. It went 450 feet off the bat of David Ortiz. That was on May 14th in a start that Max made against the BOS Sox last year. One of the longest home runs hit here at Comerica Park. And it'll be Ortiz to lead things off here in the second. He'll be followed by Carl Crawford and then Drew Sutton. Here are the longest home runs hit in Comerica Park history. Carlos Pena is at the top of that list. And Munson.
Obviously, David Ortiz shows up as well at 450.
Here's the 1-0. That Munson home run, I believe, hit the camera well in center field.
I do remember that. Straightaway center field.
It was against the Arizona Diamondbacks. 3-0-3 for David Ortiz. That's where the Munson home run landed. It's a big boy area out there.
After Ortiz hit those 2 home runs against Max Scherzer last May, Max was optioned to Toledo. He went down and he made a couple of starts for the Mud Hens and was simply dominant, and he hasn't looked back.
2-2.
As a matter of fact, 33 starts. Since then, his numbers are incredible.
Slow start to this one for Max. He walked the leadoff man Ellsbury on 4 straight pitches, but then he got 3 straight fly ball outs. And now working on Ortiz here in the second. And a ground ball foul. Big Papi batting .303 with 10 home runs. It has been a fabulous season so far for him, and he credits some conversations he has had with his new teammate Adrian Gonzalez. And you were talking earlier, Rod, about the fact that Gonzalez does a lot of his work to the opposite field. There's a ball hit to the opposite field. Kelly on the run, won't get it. Base hit. And Big Papi was saying that he's kind of gotten me to refocus on using all parts of the field, especially left field where the monster is in Boston.
Well, he's a special individual, and it's good for Big Papi to take notice of another special hitter. You can learn from watching other guys.
And that's exactly what's happened here. He has learned from Gonzalez and kind of gotten refocused going the other way. 14 hits to left. So Ortiz is on to lead things off. Here is Carl Crawford, who's starting to perk up now. And without a doubt, this was just a matter of time. Crawford had a big game yesterday, 4 hits, including a homer against Cleveland. In fact, he almost hit for the cycle yesterday. Here's the 0-1. Ripped to right center field. That ball is down, a base hit. Ortiz will go to second base, and the first two Red Sox have reached here in the second.
And both Gonzalez and Crawford had slow months of April. For the most part, Gonzalez from a power standpoint, of course, Crawford from a batting average standpoint. But in the month of May, they both have perked up and are both super performers.
Here's Drew Sutton with nobody out. Sutton playing shortstop today. Jed Lowry gets the day off. Lowry's been scuffling a little bit offensively, so Sutton stands in today. He can play multiple positions. He was having a good year at their AAA team in Pawtucket. 304 average down at Pawtucket. Here's the 0-1. Scherzer missing outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled straight back. Make it 1-2 on Sutton. For the Red Sox, the month of May has been a good month. They lead the majors in average, in runs scored, and in hits. And Terry Francona, after his team got up to such a dreadful start this year, had to be wondering, when is this offense going to start to kick in? But I assume he never felt that it never would. Just too much talent.
Terry Francona has a wonderful sense of humor. And after they got off to their 0-for-6 start on the road, it wasn't a matter of whether he thought they were going to get booed at Fenway Park. He said he was worried about getting shot.
Seriously.
He said that.
That's pretty funny.
He's got a wonderful sense of humor. But obviously he was not. He was joking, but that's how serious they take their baseball in Boston.
That's a great line. They do take it seriously. There's no doubt about that. Here's the 1-2, and it's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, I was chopping it up with him a little bit in the clubhouse before the game, and I played with Terry in '88, briefly in AAA. We were both in Cleveland's organization at that time, and we both played the big leagues briefly that year too. And he said, "Rob, we're not clicking on all cylinders." I said, "Terry, you've been the best team in baseball for a month." He said, "Well, we're just not clicking on all cylinders yet." So that kind of speaks volumes of the kind of talent that Tito has at his disposal this year.
He's got a lot of it. Very, very deep lineup. High fly ball right field. Bosch is on the run, but it's going to hook foul.
And you can understand what he means. I mean, Ellsbury has been good. Crawford has been slow. Pedroia is still trying to figure out how he can maneuver through that ankle all year long and play with pain. Big Papi's been good. Their bullpen at times hasn't been all that sharp, but yet this team is close to being in first place as we speak.
Well, with Crawford starting to heat up, that's a good sign for them. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Drew Sutton. And Scherzer missed outside, 3-2. So Max now has thrown 32 pitches. He threw 17 in that first inning.
I don't watch Terry Francona enough to know what he will do here on a 3-2 count and nobody out, but I'd be shocked if the runners are in motion.
This will be the 8th pitch coming up in this at bat. Let's see if they start the runners. They will hold, and it's drilled to the gap in right field. Bosch is on the run, still going, won't get there. It'll go just about to the warning track. Ortiz will score. Crawford will stop at third, and Drew Sutton has an RBI double. 1-0 Boston.
And with all the offensive weapons that the Boston Red Sox have in their batting order here today, Sutton's the one guy that you wouldn't be worried about, but he got himself a 3-2 fastball right down the middle with a couple of runners on, and he didn't miss it, and he hit the ball right in between Jackson and Bosch in the outfield. And that replay courtesy of Panasonic Fox Mode.
So with nobody out, they hold Crawford at third base, second and third. It's going to bring up Josh Reddick. The Red Sox score first, a run on 3 hits in this game. Varitek at Pawtucket was hitting for some big-time power, 12 home runs. And he drives one in the air to center. Jackson is on the run, won't get it, base hit. Ortiz held up at third, or Crawford rather, held up at third on a pretty good deke by the center fielder Jackson, but another run will score. 2-0.
Well, Jackson knew he wasn't going to catch the baseball, and you're right, he did deke Crawford. But Crawford, with his speed, still able to come home after the ball bounced into Jackson's glove. But a really nice read by Sutton on second base. He was not fooled by the deke of Jackson in center.
That'll be 4 straight hits now to start things off here in the second, and that means Rick Knapp is out to have a brief chat. 2 runs on 4 hits, and Scherzer has not retired anybody.
Well, we've told you that Scherzer, for the most part, he can really dominate right-handed batters. The last 4 hits, the only 4 hits he's given up in this game, have come to 3 guys that swing the bat left-handed. So Terry Francona has assembled a lineup here today. He feels like is best suited to beat Max Scherzer. Not necessarily his best lineup, but the best one for the task today.
And so far they have performed. Now Jason Varitek. There's a strikeout. Varitek batting in the 9 slot, hitting just .203 this year. Varitek hit a home run on Tuesday. It was his first home run since May of 2010.
It's almost a year.
Kind of unbelievable. 0-1. Has 7 RBIs this year. The 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Max needs a ground ball here. And Varitek obviously does not run well. If you get the ground ball, you get yourself a double play. You'll give up 1 more run, but you'll take the 2 outs for the 1 run right now.
Yeah, because it's sizing up to be a rather large inning for the Red Sox if he doesn't get the ground ball here. Here's the 1-1. Varitek in his 14th season with the Boston Red Sox. Been around a long, long time. He's caught a lot of games for Boston. You see the captain C. First captain for the Red Sox is Jim Rice. The 2-1. Varitek didn't like that call. Boy, they've gotten to Max early in this game, and Scherzer 3 earned runs allowed in 35 innings coming into today at home. Different story, though.
Different team.
Very true. Runner goes. It is high. Throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base.
Looked like Avila was a little indecisive as to whether he was going to throw that ball down to second base or not. It was kind of a slow developing play. Look at Avila. Usually a lot more quicker with the feet and the release down to second base, and they don't get the out. I mean, it's almost like he took a peek down at third base out the corner of his eye, which you should do. Makes a strong throw, and it's accurate, but took a little bit longer than he normally does. And I don't know Reddick that well, but I don't know if he's a true base stealer or not.
There's a strikeout of Varitek, first out of the inning. So that's a big out for Scherzer as he tries to climb back into this inning now. Still a 2-0 game. That'll bring up Ellsbury.
Well, you know it's going to be a close game usually when these two teams match up against one another. And the last 5 times they've played, they've been 1-run games. Boston has won 4. The Tigers have won only 1 of those games, but they tend to play very close games against each other.
Ellsbury walked in the first. Ball 1.
Been told Reddick had 4 steals at Pawtucket, a AAA affiliate for the Boston Red Sox.
And he never really has been a big base stealer. I think the most he had in one season was 8 in the minor leagues. This will be the 25th pitch coming up in this half inning. The 1-0 is outside 2-0. On Jacoby Ellsbury. A 3-hit day yesterday. He also drew a couple of walks in that pounding of the Cleveland Indians. Wave and a miss, 2-1. Ellsbury's certainly key to their lineup, just as Jackson is to the Tigers lineup. Jacoby last year played in 18 games. That's it. Fractured ribs kept him out most of the year. He has good speed and a good table setter for the big boys in their lineup. Fouled back 2-2 on Ellsbury. Red Sox came in just a half game behind the New York Yankees. That's how far they have come. They are 5 over the 500 mark now.
They were once 2-10 to begin the season. 2-10.
Driven high, driven deep, right field, way back, and Ellsbury has just homered.
Well, we thought that maybe their bats would cool off a little bit after what they did yesterday to the Cleveland Indians, but they have come in here to Comerica Park and put a huge number on the board early in this game against Max Scherzer, who has been dominant here at home. This ball really didn't do a whole lot. Stayed right up for Ellsbury. He's not known for his power, however, but he found the seats here. That's just a little breaking ball that's just spinning.
5th home run of the year for Jacoby Ellsbury, and all of a sudden it's a 5-run inning. Nothing but high fives for the Boston leadoff man. Dustin Pedroia takes outside.
All 5 of the hits that Scherzer has given up in this inning have been the guys that are swinging the bat left-handed.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pedroia flied out his first time up. Still only 1 out in the inning. That's skied in the air to center field. It's shallow. Peralta going back. Jackson coming in, and Johnny makes the catch. Pedroia is 0 for 2. 2 gone. Ellsbury's homer has made it 5-0. And the Red Sox continue their assault offensively in the month of May. Here's Adrian Gonzalez. Boy, what a long inning for Max. 30 pitches in this inning. Ball 1. Gonzalez 0 for 1. He has hit 9 home runs this year. 8 of them have come in the month of May. And it's funny because they were talking about how he got off to a slow start in the month of April, yet he hit 300 that month. Maybe by his standards, very slow. 2-0.
He's got power to all fields. And a lot of those home runs were hit at Petco Park in San Diego, where the ball really does not travel all that well.
High fly ball, center field. Should end the inning. Jackson is there, and that is that. They send 8 men to the plate, score 5 times. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Strength and stability since 1849. Jeep brand now celebrating 70 years of legendary heritage. And by Arby's. Stop by today. Try the Market Fresh grilled chicken and pecan salad sandwich. Well, the Tigers have some ground to make up now. They're down 5-0 as the Red Sox hit them with a 5 spot at the top of the second.
Well, they just have to chip away. You can't get them back in one swing, obviously. And get a couple of runners on and hope one of your big boys can find the seats. Have some good quality at bats.
Cabrera hits one off the end of the bat to second base, and Pedroia gobbles that one up. 4 up, 4 down against Alfredo Aceves.
Not a lot of history between Aceves and most of these Tigers hitters. They have not seen him that much.
Victor Martinez standing in. Victor at .295. He had a couple of hits in the series in Boston last week. Martinez had an RBI taken away from him because yesterday's game was washed away. All of these stats that happened in the first 2 innings didn't happen because they don't count. They'll start from square one when they meet Tampa Bay in that makeup game. Here's the 1-0. Popped him up. Left side of the infield this time. Who wants it? Youkilis. 2 gone.
We're starting to lose all of our off days. With all the rain outs and the makeups the Tigers are going to have to make this year.
I noticed that as well, especially in the month of June. We had 2 taken away. 1 taken away in the month of September. And who knows if we'll have any more rainouts along the way. And I was feeling really good about April, weren't you? I mean, we were able to dodge all that rain. Dodge the makeups.
And all of a sudden, the month of May, 3 rainouts.
Here's Johnny Peralta. Johnny takes ball 1. Moves it safely in his last 4. Peralta batting in the 6th slot in this one today for Jim Leyland. Pulls this one to left. There's your first Tigers hit of this ball game. 2-out single for Johnny Peralta. Bring him Alex Avila. Nice series against the Red Sox. 4 for 8 for Alex. Had a couple of home runs against the Tampa Bay Rays. And already now for Avila, a career high in the home run column with 8. And we're not out of the month of May. That just gives you an idea of the type of start that Avila has had. Ball 1. The 1-0 is grounded foul. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mr. Avila.
He stats up favorably to some of the other backstops in the American League with a minimum of 100 at bats.
Breaking out the OPS today, aren't we? Better than Martin, better than Aaron Sebia. Matt Wieters having a good start as well for the Baltimore Orioles.
None better than Avila. Throwing out 28% of the base runners. Really maturing as a young backstop, as a young catcher, excuse me.
1 ball, 1 strike. Alex looks at strike 2. Did you see it coming this quickly for Avila? And I'm talking about the offensive end.
No, I did not. Based on the fact that he struggled last year mightily. Didn't quite know what we'd get this year from Avila, but he had a great winter. Well documented the fact that he worked out with Cabrera 4 or 5 times a week. They hit, they talked, spent a lot of time together. And then Victor Martinez advised a heavier bat. So he's like a sponge. He's absorbed a lot.
Got him that time, struck him out. Inning is over. Tigers get a hit, but strand a man. And you're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. For the third here at Comerica Park as Max Scherzer continues to warm up. He talks about the pitch types that he has, the type of pitches he throws, and also the different grips that he features.
Four-seam fastball, just grip it, throw it. Same thing with two-seam fastball, make sure just grip it. Changeup is make sure it comes off my ring finger. With a slider, get behind it, make sure my fingers are on top when I'm coming through my motion.
And that's what Mr. Scherzer features.
It's been that slider that has allowed him to get off to a 6-1 start this year. He's always had the really good fastball. He's always had the real good changeup, but he took about 3 to 4 miles per hour off the slider, which gives him some nice separation between the fastball and that pitch. And that's one of the reasons why he has gotten off to such a really good start this year.
So in other words, the separation and velocity is much more important than actually having a harder slider.
No doubt about that, because his fastball was anywhere from 93 to 94, but he was throwing that slider at 86, 87. And you like to have at least a 10-mile-per-hour differential. So he has now created that, and that's why he's gotten a lot of swings and misses from a lot of the right-handed batters. And on occasion, he has struck out quite a few lefties. Left-handers having their way, however, today against Max.
Euclid leading it off, sends a slow roller toward third. Inge has a chance, not in time.
That's how well things are going for the Boston Red Sox right now. If you look back to last half inning, Big Papi bloop single to left. Crawford broke his bat on a single, and now Euclid gets a swinging bunt. So things are going very well right now for the Boston Red Sox offensively.
They certainly are. That is their 6th hit of the day. Inge plays that ball as well as anybody in the league, but he just wasn't going to get him. Now the shift is on for Mr. Ortiz. Big Papi had a single and scored a run back in the second. Ball one. Inge is flashing back to his college days when he played shortstop. That's pretty much the position he's manning right now. Two 2-0 on Ortiz.
Big Papi, one of the big sluggers like Miguel Cabrera and some of the other guys around the league that like to hold the bottom of the bat in the palm of their hands. Basically, they almost have a couple of fingers hanging off the bat, and what it does is it gives them really allows them to pull their hands through the strike zone a little bit better. You can't even see the bat knob, and it seems like only power hitters do that.
Well, this guy's got some power to burn. Although Ortiz, as we mentioned in his first at bat, has decided that because of his teammate Gonzalez and the success he has had, he has peppered the opposite field a lot more this year.
It's a free agent year for Big Papi.
Remember when Ortiz was supposed to be done? His career was over?
I sure do. Let's take one look at how he's holding the bat here. You can see that basically the knob of the bat is resting very comfortably on the pinky finger, and that allows guys with that bottom hand to really just pull it through the strike zone. And of course, the barrel of the bat lags through the zone, and it gives guys a better plate coverage.
3-1 on Ortiz. And he takes a walk, so the third inning is not starting very well either. 2 on, nobody out. Time for a game break. Back to the studio we go. Here's Mickey York. Wild one indeed. Here, the Red Sox in early command of this one. They lead 5-0, looking for more. As Carl Crawford looks at a strike.
And to answer your question, yes, I do remember last year when a lot of the experts said that they thought that Big Papi was done. As we get a look at the youngster, Adam Wilk, warming up in the bullpen for the very first time as a Tiger.
Here's the 0-1. That ball's hit well to the gap in right center. This is going to be big time trouble. It's up against the wall. Crawford maybe trying for 3 here. He rounds the bag. He's coming to third. He's in standing up with a 2-run triple. Boy, oh boy, these Red Sox are red hot right now.
It's not Max's day. And Max has thrown a lot of hittable pitches up there today, and the Boston Red Sox have come in here with a lot of confidence, and they're just kind of flexing their muscles so far. It's a changeup, and it just kind of fades into the happy zone of Carl Crawford. And look at the huge gap in right center field. Carl Crawford was standing up on third base when the ball got to the cutoff man. Watch him run. He's got the other gear now. And another gear.
Got a lot of gears. That's a triple. That's a 7-0 lead for the Boston Red Sox. It's also the end to a short day for Max Scherzer. We've got ourselves a Wallside Windows pitching change. We'll be back to Comerica Park. Whichever way you look at it, for Max Scherzer, 7 runs for Boston, and Scherzer has been knocked out of this one. So the Tigers go to the bullpen early here in the third, and it's going to be the major league debut for Adam Wilk.
Well, here's his Toledo numbers, and one of the things that Wilk has been able to do in just a couple of years in minor league baseball, he has exceptional control. Coming into this year, 181 strikeouts against 31 base on balls for Adam Wilk. So he throws lots of strikes, so Boston will be swinging. Hopefully, they'll start to hit a few at the Tigers' defenders.
So while Wilk makes his big league debut, Charlie Furbush also made his big league debut on this homestand for the Tigers. Wilk is out of Anaheim, California.
Speaking of Furbush, Jim Leland said he wanted to give him one more day off after he pitched a few innings and got his first major league win a couple of days ago.
Well, the infield in now for Detroit. 7-0 game. Nobody out. We're in the third. And the first pitch is outside to Drew Sutton.
Max just didn't have it today.
He did not. Ugh. He threw 61 pitches. He gave up 7 runs on 7 hits. Here's the 1-0. Off the end of the bat to the first baseman. This will not score the run. Wilk will cover.
Here's what Charlie Furbush was able to do in his major league debut. He was pressing to do it. You may remember when Phil Koch had to leave with an ankle injury, and he came on and pitched some outstanding baseball against a very good road team, the Tampa Bay Rays, and got his first major league win. He also fielded his position, threw lots of strikes.
And so Wilk facing Josh Reddick. Infield still in. Crawford still at third. And the one thing Wilk has going for him here is that he's facing a couple of guys that he has seen, I'm sure, this year in the International League, in both Sutton and Reddick.
And there's quite a few left-handers in the lineup. So if he has a really good pitch and his numbers indicate he can strike guys out, and he may have his way with a couple of these left-handers.
Wave and a miss.
They're not your everyday left-handers, however. It's Ellsbury, it's Crawford, it's Big Papi, it's Gonzalez.
Wilk was really good in spring training this year, and again an opportunity to open the eyes of the big league staff, and I think Adam did that.
All 3 of the young kids that went down to the final cut have been in the big leagues this year. Villarreal, Furbush, and now Wilk. All 3 have made their major league debuts.
Wave and a miss, and Reddick is out of there. 2 gone. It's pretty good. Nice start for Wilk.
He's got some deception in his livery. He starts and then he stops and then he throws from an arm angle that's very difficult for left-handers, and he locates the breaking ball beautifully down and away to Reddick. It's a well-located pitch. He's got some deception in his windup.
Here's Varitek. Wilk has a chance to strand this runner at third base and save another run from being tacked on to the final line of Max Scherzer. Varitek, a switch hitter, batting right-handed.
And here's the delivery. Some quirkiness by Wilk. Starts, stops, pauses, and then he gives you that arm slot across his body. Well, the last thing you wanted to see if you were Jim Leyland and Rick Knapp, and that's for the Boston Red Sox to get into your bullpen on the first game of the series when you got to look at them for 3 more days.
Yeah, it's bad enough when they get in this early in a 2 or 3 game set, but now you're talking about a 4-game series against these guys. And they're already in the pen in the 3rd inning of game 1.
Something else that Wilk's going to have to do, and the remainder of the guys that pitch against this Red Sox team the next 3 days are going to have to do. They can't be afraid to pitch inside. And Max today did not pitch inside, therefore he gave up a few hits. He didn't have good command either, but he didn't pitch inside. As dangerous as these Boston Red Sox hitters are, if you do not make them move their feet on occasion, they will punish you.
High towering fly ball center field. Jackson is under it. Adam Wilk in his big league debut retires the first 3 hitters he faces. Nice job. Detroit is brought to you by AT&T and by IQ Cleaner, the smarter cleaner. Back here at Comerica Park with the Boston Red Sox have added 2 more runs, but a nice debut for Adam Wilk, who comes up from Toledo. His first 3 big league batters. He retires all 3 of them, including a strikeout. Scott Sizemore leading it off now for Detroit against Alfredo Aceves. 7 runs, 7 hits for the BOS Sox. No runs, 1 hit for Detroit. Popped up shallow right. Pedroia racing back. Ooh, tough play. Nice play.
The Tigers need to get ready to hit the fastball. Aceves has really used no breaking balls whatsoever in this game, but lots of fastballs. Former Gold Glove winner Pedroia able to run that one down.
We'll bring up Brandon Inge, who's back in the lineup today for Detroit. Inge fouls it off the mask of Varitek, 0-1. Brandon at 208. Twelve RBIs this year for Inge. The 0-1.
Last couple of days, Don Kelly started at third base. Nothing wrong with Brandon. Jim just trying to send him a message. He's got to pick it up a little bit offensively if he wants to be in there every day.
Pulled to third base. Wicked hop for Euclid. 2 gone.
Well, it's back, fans. You can celebrate Elvis night this Saturday when the Tigers play the Red Sox at 7:10 p.m. Enjoy the music of Elvis Presley throughout the game and see an Elvis tribute artist performing on Comerica Park Concourse. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Elvis night.
Yeah.
You gonna wear your wig?
Might bust it out. Dust it off.
You actually have one? I was just joking.
Just joking.
There's ball 1 to Jackson.
My first couple of years in Arizona, though, we really got dolled up. We had some fun out there for a couple of years.
That's what I heard.
And the wigs and the bell-bottom pants and the platform shoes. We had a blast.
Are there any incriminating photos out there of you?
I'm sure they probably got some if you were to get into the archives of FS Arizona. And I'm sure they'd find some.
Well, we'll have to get our staff on that. The 2-0 pitch. High 3-0 on Jackson.
The whole crew. Bob Brenneman, Greg Schulte, even the governor on radio had some style going.
So you had no choice, basically.
You had no
Everybody
choice.
had to do it.
You know, it's all good, though.
Well, the Tigers get a 2-out runner. It's a walk to Jackson. That'll bring up Don Kelly. Boston picked up 5 in the second, 2 more in the third. They lead 7-0 today.
Now, in all your years as a major league announcer, you guys have never put on any of the gear or the clothes to simulate whatever that evening's events were.
Right? Yeah, like theme nights. Yeah, no, I can't remember ever doing that. I'll have to think on it, but I don't think so. What was going on in Chicago a couple of years ago? Keating and I were doing a pregame hit from the field, and I put some kind of crazy wig on. I don't remember what it was, but that's as close as we came. I think it was like 80s rock and roll music night or something. It was bizarre. 1-0 on Kelly. I draw the line on bell-bottom pants, though. I can't do that. Had enough of that in my youth. There goes the runner. Here comes the throw. It's on target, but late. And a stolen base for Austin Jackson.
Well, it's not often a team will run a 7 down, regardless of whether it's the beginning or the end of the game. But Jackson gets a great jump. Aceves forgets all about him, and throwing down the second base is not one of the strongest suits of the captain's game. And there's a percentage of he and Saltalamacchia at throwing out base stealers this year.
Meanwhile, 2-0 on Kelly.
Gonzalez will shake Varitek off a lot. They don't know each other that well other than playing against each other. So he really hasn't caught him that much. And Gonzalez will simply shake him off and shake him off and shake him off. And on occasion, with his mouth, Gonzalez will simply tell Varitek, fastball. That's what I want to throw. He will mouth it to him. Kurt Schilling used to do that too. And every now and then when he and the catcher would not be on the same page, Schilling would simply mouth to the catcher. And obviously the batter can see it too.
That was my question.
He would say fastball. Well, Schilling had great control.
And you still couldn't hit it?
Kurt Schilling had some of the best fastball command of any pitcher, power pitcher I've ever seen.
Here's the 2-1. Now, would he ever call fastball, mouth fastball, and then throw a different pitch?
No, because he killed the catcher.
Well, no, I realize that, but I'm just saying they might have each known that they were.
No, that's how Schilling. That's how good Schilling thought. How good he thought he was.
Apparently, telling the hitter what's coming. 3-1 pitch. Fouled away, 3-2.
And Gonzalez will do that too.
Did you ever have, when you were playing, whether in the minor leagues or the big leagues, a catcher tell you what was coming?
Yes, Tony Pena. He used to
Really?
do it all the time.
And it would be legit.
It would be legit. He did it in winter ball. He did it in spring training because he was in the National League, and I spent my time in the American League. But I saw the Pirates a lot in spring training because the White Sox, we were very close. Pena would do it all the time.
3-2 pitch. High fly ball, center field. This is catchable for Ellsbury, and that is that. So the Tigers get a walk. They strand a man. Oh, yeah, here we go. All you have to do is mention it once. That's all it takes. Question: which two Tigers share the club record for multi-home run games as a catcher in a single season? There are two Tigers that share that record. Of course, Avila had a couple of home runs a couple of days ago against Tampa Bay. See if you can come up with the answer to that one. It's doable, I'll tell you that much. Well, here come the Red Sox now in a 7-0 ball game. Adam Wilk, the rookie, goes back to the mound. Ellsbury, Pedroia, and Gonzalez, top three hitters for Terry Francona. You know, and looking at the numbers of Adam Wilk in the minor leagues, Rob, the one thing that really stuck out to me is he walked only 5 in 49 innings.
It's amazing.
Pinpoint control, apparently, and 32 strikeouts in that stretch as well.
Now, the biggest thing for him is going to be whether he continues to fill up the strike zone with that same kind of efficiency here in the big leagues.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he's going up against superstars now. I mean, this is not the minor leagues. These guys have got great numbers on the backs of their bubblegum cards, so it's up to Wilk to continue to pitch the way that he pitched down there.
The 1-1. 1-2 on Ellsbury.
Not a hard thrower. He's got the fastball, he's got the curveball, he's got the changeup. He works both sides of the plate. He keeps the ball down for the most part. And you can win up here with an 88 to 90 mile per hour fastball if it's well located.
Ellsbury's had a big day so far. Walk and a homer. Foul back. Jacoby's home run was his 5th of the year, a 3-run shot off Max Scherzer in the 2nd. Pedroia, then Gonzalez to follow. And the 1-2. Lifted back out of play. Speaking of pitchers in the minor leagues for the Tigers, Tigers announced today that Robbie Weinhardt was outrighted to Toledo. He cleared waivers after he was designated for assignment. So Weinhardt will go back to Toledo. We've seen him a few times here in the big leagues. And again, the 1-2. Fouled off.
It's a good at-bat by Ellsbury. 3 consecutive breaking balls from Wilk on the previous 3 pitches, and then he comes back with a well-located fastball, but Ellsbury still able to get a piece of it.
Fly ball, center field. Jackson just about in his tracks.
Hey fans, this week it's another prime time edition of Fox Saturday Baseball, and it originates right here at Comerica Park as the Tigers will take on the Boston Red Sox. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 p.m. on your local Fox station.
Here is Pedroia. That'll be game 3 in this series. 4-game weekend set between these two teams. And that Saturday game will feature Andy Oliver, who will be called up. And he'll get the start in that game. Verlander Beckett scheduled for Sunday. Here's the 1-0. Fouled away, 1-1 on Pedroia. Pedroia already a very highly decorated player. MVP, Gold Glove in 2008. He beat out Justin Morneau that year in 08. Morneau finished 2nd. In fact, his teammate Euclid finished 3rd in the voting that year.
And Petey had good numbers that year. Yeah, that's his nickname.
1-2.
He's a baseball rat. You can't beat him to the ballpark. No one works harder than Pedroia. And he's been doing that since he started playing baseball.
And the 1-2. Fouled off.
I watched him play in college. As a matter of fact, he was roommates with my son, Rod Jr. And Rod Jr. and I used to have conversations all the time about Pedroia. Rod said he's going to be a good big league player. I didn't see it at the time.
Really?
I didn't see it at the time.
Why?
I just did not think his tools translated into an everyday big league player.
Ground ball, third base side, foul.
And to make my point, if you go to a scouting event and you have a Pedroia out there and he doesn't run that well, and you might not show your power, you really can't tell what the batting average is going to be. These kind of guys don't usually get drafted very high, but you take a look at what he's done, and I'm not the only one that was wrong on him. There were a lot of people that felt like he wouldn't translate into an all-star player that he has turned into.
Peralta backhands this one, and he got him by half a step.
But my son, Rod Jr., said, Dad, no one works harder than him. He gets to the ballpark early. He is going to be a very good player once he gets into pro ball. And Rod Jr. and a lot of other people were right, too.
Well, the first time I saw David Eckstein, I thought, no chance. That was the spring training one year, and he went on to win the MVP of the World Series. Here's Adrian Gonzalez. So the last thing both of us should be doing is scouting, I suppose.
Yeah, I had a chance to do some scouting. It was fun. I mean, it's kind of fun to get out and watch players and try to grade them out.
Gonzalez looks at a ball outside. Well, is there anybody you hit on that you knew was going to be good and they turned out to be good?
Jimmy Rollins.
Oh, yeah.
Hit on him when I scouted him. Eric Chavez, scouted him as well.
Pretty good. The 1-0. Driven to center field on a line. Jackson comes out. The 1-2-3 inning. So Wilk has faced 6 big league batters. He's retired all of them. This is easy. Afternoon, which two Tigers share the club record for multi-homer games as a catcher in a single season? And that would be, to no one's surprise, Lance Parrish and Bill Freehan, 4 times each. Parrish a couple of times, 82 and 86, and Bill in the 68 World Series season. Here's Bosch to lead things off. Tigers down 7-0 in this one. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning here at Comerica Park. Lights are on, clouding up a little bit here at the yard. Bosch, Cabrera, and Martinez facing Alfredo Aceves. Pulled foul just outside of the bag. 0-2 on Brennan. Bosch 0 for 1, fly ball. Oh, 2 the count stays. Aceves, a 1-2-3 first inning, gave up a single, no damage in the second, and then a walk and a steal to Jackson in the third, but no damage done.
Just lots of cut fastballs, anywhere from 87 to 92 miles an hour with a little movement. Hasn't gotten real tricky out there. He's given Terry Francona, and so far, all that he could ask for.
And again, the 0-2. It hit him. Bosch hit by the pitch. He'll take first base. So on 0-2, the Tigers get a base runner. That'll bring up Miguel Cabrera. Well, at one time, Cabrera and Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman of the Boston Red Sox, were teammates a long way back.
And with the Florida Marlins, Gonzalez was a first-round draft choice out of San Diego for the Florida Marlins, and Miguel Cabrera was an undrafted free agent signed when he was 16 years old from Venezuela.
Cabrera, Gonzalez, and some guy in the middle we don't know. That is ripped foul down the left field line. That was, well, that was a good catch. What I was going to say is that was a really interesting picture. I mean, just to see what Cabrera looked like when he was that young. Gonzalez as well.
I guess you could say they both have kind of grown into their bodies.
That's for sure. 0-1. A little bit outside, 1 ball, 1 strike on Cabrera. Here's another look at that photo.
I don't know who that guy is in the middle, but the one on the left and the one on the right, they make about $150 million.
The guy in the middle, not so much.
A piece.
That's right. Let's get that straight.
Yeah.
Ground ball left side. It'll get through. Base hit.
And they've earned every nickel of it.
So the Tigers down with a couple of base runners here. Nobody out in the 4th inning. Martinez 0 for 1. That is only the second hit given up by Aceves in this game. Aceves has thrown just 44 pitches. He's been pretty efficient so far in this game. Boston got 5 in the second, 2 more in the third. Racing out to a 7-0 lead. Tigers trying to chip away here. Inside.
It's a good pitch. And it's one of the things the Tigers are going to have to do the next few days here against Boston as well. They're going to have to make some of those hitters move their feet. And we've told you about the numbers Boston hitters have put up in the month of May. And they are hotter than anybody right now.
Bouncing ball deep behind the bag at first. They're going to try and get one at second. They do, and almost got a double play.
That's a really good play by Gonzalez. Wow.
That's about as long a throw as you'll see from a first baseman.
Well, he knew Cabrera was running, so he tried to get the out there. And I don't know what Cabrera did, but he kind of hurt himself on the slide. And he got up really slow. I don't think Cabrera was anticipating that that ball was going to go to second base. And I don't know if it was a late slide or what, but no, he pulled up even before he got there.
First and third and one out. Cabrera seems to be okay back in the dugout. Yeah, ball one to Johnny Peralta. He's holding that right leg, though. You saw him pull up before the slide?
I did.
And you never like to see that, holding his right knee. He waved away the trainer, though, Kevin Rand. 1-1. Johnny had a single back in the second. That came with 2 outs. He didn't score. Pulled a left field foul. 1-2. Aceves spent the last 3 years in the Yankees organization. We mentioned that. He also pitched 6 seasons in Mexico before he came stateside here and was signed by the Yankees. Little pop up, back is short. Got to be caught by Drew Sutton. Runners hold. 2 gone now. You were mentioning earlier that Aceves getting a chance because of the injuries they've had in the rotation. Lackey and Daisuke. They're talking maybe Tommy John for Daisuke.
Really?
Yeah, I was reading that. They're not certain yet, but that may be the case.
Yeah, I heard he's in Japan right now dealing with some family issues, but he's supposed to come back and see Dr. Yoakum. So anytime you have to come back and see Dr. Yoakum, you know, a lot of times it's a serious injury.
They still have 1 more year on that deal with Daisuke. Here's Avila with 2 outs. Alex cuts and misses 0-1. Aceves struck him out back in the second inning.
Look at the movement on this 2-seam fastball here. It acts like a slider, but it's not. I mean, that's just a really good cutter. Good cut fastball.
Fouled away 0-2. Well, he spent some time in that Yankees bullpen with a guy that threw a pretty good cut fastball. Mariano Rivera.
Did you see where he's the only pitcher now in the history of the game to pitch 1,000 games with at least 1 team?
Pretty amazing. I heard that the other day. And the beat goes on with Mariano. Hall of Famer.
First ballot. How can he not be unanimous?
That's into the left field base hit. RBI for Alex Avila. Bosch will score. And the Tigers are on the board now, 7-1.
It's a nice piece of hitting by Avila. And knowing that he was going to get that cut fastball once again from Aceves because he throws a lot of them, but he pulls his hands in nicely. He gets barrel on the ball, and he's able to fight it off and get it into the outfield. Doesn't hit it all that hard, but the hands take a good direction, and able to find that grass in the outfield.
28 RBIs for Alex. We'll see if the Tigers can keep pecking away here. Sizemore digs in. Tigers have their 3rd hit of the game. Sizemore with a modest 3-game hitting streak going. The 0-1. Well, we talked on the pregame show about the difference in the bottom of the lineup from this year compared to last year, and the difference has been striking.
Yeah, Avila and Peralta have done most of that damage, but there's been some other guys that have filled in and chipped in their 2 cents as well.
The power numbers are the most striking numbers, and of course a lot of that has to do with Avila and Peralta. Between them, they have 15 home runs. 2-1 on Sizemore. That'll go foul down the right field line. 2-2 on Scott. Sizemore, for the most part, has been batting second, but Jim Leyland has dropped him the last couple of games in the lineup. He's batting 8th today. Was hitting 9th a couple of days ago. Trying to get him jump started. And he got him. Sizemore is out of there, and the Tigers are done. They get a run, though. We'll go to the 5th inning. 7-1. Is our scores. We go to the top of the 5th inning here at Comerica.
Hey fans, come to Comerica Park this Sunday at 1:05 to see the Tigers battle the Red Sox. All kids 14 and under receive a Jose Valverde poster. Papa Grande. Tickets are available now at 866-66-TIGER or log on to tigers.com.
What if that poster dances?
He ought to be.
It's a shot of him dancing, though.
A little 2-step there.
That's a good giveaway for kids 14 and under. 7-1 is our score as we go to the 5th, and Wilk back to the mound. Been a good debut for Adam Wilk. Got 3 hitters in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and now Kevin Youkilis leads it off. Ball 1 to Youkilis. Single fly ball. He had an infield hit his last time up. Came around to score. He scored on the triple by Crawford. Bouncing ball left side. Inge cuts it off. And Youkilis is out. 1 gone. So 7 in a row retired by Adam Wilk. Comes David Ortiz. It was that shift we were talking about the last time he was up. The second baseman Sizemore is way back on the grass with nobody on base. Ball 1. There are just a few guys in the big leagues that get this kind of treatment. And Jim Thome still does. Hafner, Ortiz. The 1-0 pitch.
And I guess opposing managers really aren't going by Big Papi's spray chart this year. The fact that he's going to left field a little bit more with regularity, because they really haven't changed the way that they defend him in the infield. They hope he hits the ball the other way, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. The 2-0. He pulls it. Foul. Just outside of the bag. 2-1 on Ortiz.
And 14 the opposite way this year for the big fella. The gentle giant, David Ortiz.
Well, Ortiz has had some big names surround him in the lineup through the years. Of course, Manny Ramirez was one of the biggest. That was quite a combination. These days he's got Youkilis and Gonzalez. Crawford surrounding him.
That duo, he and Manny Ramirez, is one of the best
deadly
3-4 combinations in the history of the game.
Three and one. And he lost him. Ball 4. First base runner for Wilk to deal with this afternoon. Time now for the Farmers Insurance report card. Most RBI since July of 2003. Ortiz is on that list with 919. So's Cappy.
It seems like every time we dip into a little bit of history and we pull up some of the best players that have ever played the game, whether it be home runs, doubles, you name it, offensive numbers, Cabrera somehow shows up on that list in the top 5.
And I'm sure he will continue to do so. A whole lot of power standing at first base right now. The 0-1. Rolled foul. Carl Crawford continues his comeback. He had 4 hits yesterday against the Indians. 2 more today, a single and a triple. And now he's up to 237. He was in the low 200s just a little bit ago.
He's had a flair for the dramatic as well in his new uniform. 3 walk-off hits already this year for Carl Crawford.
One of those was against the Tigers, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
He ended that game at Fenway with the bases loaded. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Crawford lays off that pitch. 5 in the second, 2 in the third for Boston. Tigers got a run in the 4th. Game 1 in a 4-game set. It almost hit him. 3-2. It's that walk-off we were talking about against Albuquerque to center field with the bases loaded and 1 out of the 9th. That ended the game. Crawford was really still struggling a lot at that point. He hit 305 times in a Rays uniform. Three-2. High fly ball. Left center field. Kelly. 2 gone. And Ortiz retreats back to first base. So Will continues to do a really good job. The only base runner against him is the walk to Ortiz in this inning.
And he's saving that bullpen.
Eight of 9 retired by Wilk. Here's Drew Sutton. Adam pitched his college ball in Long Beach. The 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. Won 11 games in the minor leagues last year between Class A Lakeland and Double A Erie. And was having a solid season at Triple A this year. Lifted back out of play. 1-2 on Drew Sutton. Sutton was the first man that Wilk faced a couple of innings ago. And he got him to bounce out. Two and two. The 11th round pick just a couple of years ago, 2009, out of Long Beach State. And the 2-2 driven down the left field line. That'll go foul. Wow. Right at the foul pole. Souvenir.
Son says, "I'll take that, Dad. Thank you very much."
Look out. Splintered bat. That'll go foul. Sutton will get a new bat.
Sutton must use one of those cup bats. Those are the only ones that you see act. And the way that one acted when you hit it off the end of the bat, and that's exactly what he has. For those of you that do not know why some players like to cup their bats, it allows you to use a little bit of a heavier bat. And then by that little circular cutoff at the end of it, you can kind of balance the weight out on the bat. So you can go heavier and then just kind of balance the weight by having that little cutout on the end of the bat.
This will be the 8th pitch in this at bat. And he got him. So Will continues to cruise along in this one. That is his second strikeout. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th here at Comerica. Red Sox still on top.
And it's to fire me up, and I think just to make me bear down a little bit, although I don't really feel like I haven't bared down the whole time. It's been one of those strange parts of the year where everything that I've hit's kind of gone right at somebody, and you can't really control that. But I don't know, maybe if you want to get a little attitude in me, then that's one way to do it.
Brandon Inge talking about the fact that he didn't play for 2 straight games. He's back in there today. And Inge is leading it off here in the 5th inning. Tigers down 7-1 in this one. Breaking ball is in for a strike. 1-2 on Brandon. Hinge bounced out back in the third. He'll be followed by Jackson and Kelly. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back out of play. Sebas had 59 pitches through 4 innings. He allowed an RBI single to Alex Avila in the fourth, providing the only Tigers run. And again the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ooh, look out. Up and in. 3-2 now on Brandon.
65 total so far for Sebas. He's not a starter by trade, so they will watch his pitch count closely. Didn't he hit Marvin Bird in the face last week?
He did. That was him. Swing and a miss, and he takes care of Inge. Yeah, that was a scary sight. And I guess Bird's doing okay.
Well, yeah, he had multiple fractures in his face.
Could have been a lot worse, though, I think. 4th strikeout for Sebas. Here's Jackson. Austin walked, stole a base, did not score in the third. That's line to right field on a hot base hit. Jackson on for the second time today. Bring up Don Kelly.
Pretty good path here to the ball by Jackson. Real good concentration. Look at him pull his hands inside that ball. And that gets the barrel over the heart of the plate. And if you hit the ball cleanly as he does there, every now and then you can find a hole in the infield.
Ball 1 to Kelly. Down 0 for 2 today. Strikeout, fly ball. Came in hitting .333 over his last 12 ball games. Earning another start today in left field. And that stroke toward left center field. That ball is down. It's a base hit. Jackson going to third base. Kelly trying for 2, and he's in with a double. Tigers trying to chip away here.
And Don Kelly might earn himself another start tomorrow if he continues to swing the bat like this. This ball was slicing away from Ellsbury in center field over toward Crawford, but it's Ellsbury that gets over there and cuts it off, and that prevents Jackson from scoring, and Kelly really has to get on his horse to get that sliding double.
Here's Bosch. Well, the Tigers can find a way to get these 2 runs in. They're back in this game. It's 7-1 right now.
Yeah, Sebas starting to incorporate a few more of his pitches. First 4 innings, he was pretty much just throwing all cut fastballs, but he's throwing a few slow breaking balls, a few change-ups here and there. And apparently the Tigers have made a very nice adjustment against him. Second and third time through the order.
Rip foul back into the seats. 1-1. Bosch a single, or I should say hit by a pitch, rather, back in the fourth, and he came around with the only Tigers run so far. Jackson got this started with a base hit. Kelly has doubled him to third. Here's the 1-1. Good pitch. 1-2 on Bosch. Cabrera waiting on deck. We'll get back out of play as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brennan Bosch. Aceves with the Yankees in 09 was a big part of their pen. He was 10-1 out of the bullpen for the Yankees on their way to the World Series. The Red Sox right now using him in a fill-in role in their rotation. High drive foul. Bosch got way out in front of that one. That's headed to the upper deck. One and 2. Tigers have 5 hits now today. High fly ball, left side of the infield, and Euclid runs it down in foul territory. Runners will hold. 2 gone. It's going to bring up Miguel Cabrera. And we'll see if Cabrera can come up with a 2-out hit. Miggy shoots one down the right field line, slicing away, and back out of play. Oh, got to catch that ball. Right in his hands.
He ain't going to get it back either. I got to give it to a kid.
Take that.
He didn't deserve it. Hit him in a bad spot.
The agony.
That's beautiful.
And that young man, the recipient of the error.
Your loss, my gain.
There's a strike on the outer edge. 0-2 on Cabrera. Varitek flashing the signals. Here's the 0-2. Another foul back out of play.
That was too good of an 0-2 pitch right there. But he got away with it.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Cabrera will strand 2. Strikeout for Aceves is his 5th.
Last half inning, Aceves, the starter for the Boston Red Sox today, pitched in pretty good. First pitch fastball, top of the strike zone, real slow breaking ball, followed up by another fastball, and then finished off by a really nice cutter that just kind of leaked right back over the heart of the plate. That's our Bell Tire pitch by pitch.
So Aceves gets a big out, keeps it a 7-1 game as we go to the 6th inning. The Red Sox send Josh Reddick to the plate, facing left-hander Adam Wilk, who's done a fabulous job in his big league debut. He had to come in early in this one. Scherzer was knocked out in the 3rd. And Wilk doing a great job of saving the pen here today. There's the 1-0 pitch. Ripped to right field, base hit. Reddick has a leadoff single. Wilk had retired 9 of the first 10 that he had faced prior to that base hit. That'll bring up Jason Varitek. 8 Boston hits in this game. They did all their scoring early. 5 in the 2nd, 3, or make it 2 in the 3rd. Varitek not part of that scoring. A strikeout and a fly ball. Outside 1-1. Adam Wilk last year was the Tigers minor league pitcher of the year. He was 11-5 with a 2.74 ERA in his time that he split between Lakeland and Double-A Erie. Lakeland's pitcher of the year as well. He's only 23. And he missed down low, 2-1. Villarreal has gotten a chance from the Tigers minor league system. Furbush has gotten an opportunity. Wilk today. And we'll see Oliver come back up to pitch Saturday here. The other big name we keep hearing about in the Tigers minor league system was #1 pick Jacob Turner, who's doing really good work at Double-A Erie. So here's some of that youth infusion that the Tigers have seen this year, both on the mound and position players as well.
And for the most part, they've held their own. Oliver, he had a handful of starts last year.
Soft liner over the head of the second baseman Sizemore. That's a base hit. With 2 men on, let's go back to the studio now. Time to check in with Mickey York for a game break. All right, Mickey, here we're in the 6th inning, and it's 7-1 in favor of the Red Sox, and they're threatening again.
Starting to rain a little bit here too at Comerica Park. It's not a good sign.
That's pulled foul. The grounds crew is at the ready behind the tarp. Jacoby Ellsbury 1 for 2, hit a 3-run homer back in the 2nd. Rick Knapp on the telephone, in touch with the Tigers bullpen. This is the 4th inning of work now for Wilk. Here's the 0-1. 0-2 on Jacoby Ellsbury.
He's been able to bury that breaking ball down and away from the majority of the left-handers that he has faced here this afternoon. You can't get hurt in that area where he has been able to locate his breaking pitch.
Just off the plate, 1-2 on Ellsbury. Ryan Perry has picked up a baseball.
Ryan Perry shaved all his hair off. Did you know that?
I did. Hard not to notice.
Ugh.
All of that blonde hair used to be flowing under that cap. The 1-2. Got him. Strike 3. I take it you don't like the new look.
Well, I like the other look better. I have to admit it.
As for Tigers Live a couple of days ago.
And I believe he said he cut it himself.
Really?
I believe that's what I heard.
Wow.
Obviously, Ryan not off to the kind of start that he wanted to get off to, so maybe a little superstitious. Change his luck. Yeah, switch it up, change your luck. Some guys go from the low socks to the high socks. Some guys cut their beards off. He just decided to cut all his hair off.
It's kind of drastic, don't you think?
It is. But if his girl's okay with it, I guess.
That's true.
It's all good.
Nothing else matters, does it? 0-1 on Pedroia. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. 0 for 3 today for Pedroia.
He's talking to Pedroia in the clubhouse before the game, and he said he just doesn't know from one day to the next how that left foot's going to feel. He said he's going to get the screws taken out in the offseason. But the injury he had last year, he tried to come back. It's been a slow go for him. He said he's a violent hitter on his front side. He says once he jumps out there and he lands on that front foot, just hurts sometimes.
And I would imagine that's probably going to last the entire season, him not knowing how he's going to feel.
Yeah, he hurt himself the other day, too. Missed a couple of days. That's what happens when you're not looking at the base and you're watching the ball, which he was doing. He tripped over the bag there, and he missed a couple of days.
Twisted an ankle.
He said that the foot went numb after this.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, he said it went numb. And he left the game. For him to leave the game, you know it has to be some kind of pain because he's a competitor.
High towering drive left field. That ball is going to hook and go foul. Whoa. 2-2. The count stays on Dustin Pedroia. Well, he homered in the ballgame yesterday against the Indians. It was his first home run since April 15th. He has 3 on the year. Light rain falling here at the ballpark. 7-1 Boston. They're looking for more.
He's a very confident young man. That much is for sure. Yesterday after the game, he told some of the media that you guys were panicking, not me, at my slow start. He says, I got about 400 more at-bats to rake this year. And those were Pedroia's comments yesterday.
And I'm guessing he'll do probably just that. The 3-2 pitch. Hit this one straight up, but it's going to go back toward the seats out of play.
He has struck out more this year, however, than he has really in his career, and he will strike out more than his career average this season. Very violent swing, but yet most of the time makes pretty good contact.
Yeah, not only is he going to strike out more than his season high, single season high, but he's going to at least double it if he stays on the same pace. He's on pace to strike out 119 times this year.
Yeah, 52 was his high, right?
52 was indeed his high. So that's quite a difference. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Speaking of a strikeout, there's another one. 2 gone. Hey, by the way, this Saturday, the UEFA Champions League final comes to Fox with the epic clash between 2 of soccer's most renowned teams. Barcelona takes on Manchester United. Exclusive coverage begins Saturday at 2 in high definition on your local Fox station. Two outs, and here is Adrian Gonzalez. He's 0 for 3. They've held him in check. Oh, 1 on Gonzalez. 367 here in the month of May. And on top of that, he's had 28 RBIs this month. He is absolutely mashed here in the month of May. 8 of his 9 home runs this month as well. Wilt trying to strand a couple of runners here. 2 strikeouts after the back-to-back singles. However, against the Tigers, 0 for 10.
Well, I was told, too, they're not really going to change their game plan against him until he makes an adjustment. So far, so good for the Tigers.
Ground ball right side, off the glove of Sizemore into right field. That'll get another run in as Varitek comes around to score. Hard hit ball off the glove of Scott Sizemore, and it's 8-1.
Couple of steps to his left, he gets down, ball just kind of rolls up his arm.
And Jim Leyland's coming out to make a change. He'll take the baseball now from Adam Wilk, who did some yeoman's work here in relief in his big league debut. So as the Tigers go to the pen, we'll be back.
That showed us exactly what we thought he would, and that was very good control. He only walked 1. That was Big Papi. He had a couple of strikeouts. He showed us a pretty good moving fastball, anywhere from 87 to 91 miles an hour. He was able to bury that slide piece away from the left-handed batters in an area where they really couldn't get to him. So all said and done, Adam Wilk performed very well against a very good offensive team, and he was able to slow Boston down here for a couple of innings.
That he did. 68 pitches worth for the young man, Adam Wilk. Nice job. And he'll give way now to Ryan Perry.
Well, Perry just needs to get on track. One of the things that Jim Leyland encouraged Perry to do is to start to throw a little bit more in the bullpen early in games, just to see if you can regain some of the form you've had in the past. Get that confidence back. And I've seen Perry up early in games throwing down in that bullpen the last few days. With the starters having the success that they were having, there was really no room for Perry to get that many innings. And when he would pitch, he would struggle.
1 strike on Kevin Youkilis.
But make no mistake about it, the Tigers need Perry to get his act together as well at the back end of that bullpen if they're going to have an enjoyable summer winning some games.
Yeah, it's a good point, because so much was made about the struggles of Joaquin Benoit, but Ryan Perry is a very important cog at the back end as well. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball back up the middle. Sizemore will range to his right, and they'll get the force, ending the inning. 1 run. And so the Red Sox now lead 8-1.
Sixth inning, and now it's time for the Coors Light Freeze. Cam, take a look at the release point here of Aceves. This is a cut fastball, real good one. Down and in to Don Kelly. He couldn't hold up. He also throws a very slow breaking ball. Now, this is a slider here with a pretty big break to it. And he also throws a slow curveball. He hails from Mexico, and most Mexican-born pitchers, they have an assortment of different pitches from different angles at different speeds, and Aceves is no different. Coors Light Freeze, Cam, is always brought to you by your Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Well, as the rain continues to fall here at the ballpark, it is 8-1. And Alfredo Aceves, with 5 strong innings back out there here in the 6th. He has thrown 80 pitches. And Victor Martinez takes a breaking ball strike.
I've spent about 3 different winters playing in the Pacific League in winter ball down in Mexico. And I can tell you from experience that the majority of the pitchers in Mexico, they pitch just like Aceves. They add, they subtract on everything they throw. Different arm slots, different arm angles. They very seldom give in to you, and he's had a lot of success here today.
He's ahead of Martinez, 0-2. That's lifted back out of play. Where else have you played in winter ball?
Played in Puerto Rico 1 season, and I spent 3 different seasons down in Dominican Republic.
So you played in a lot of different places, and so there really is a difference in pitching style in all 3.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. The talent is a lot better in Dominican. Puerto Rico had some good players, too. I never played in Venezuela, but Dominican had some tremendous players playing winter ball in the early 80s when I was playing over there.
1-2 on Victor Martinez. Peralta and then Avila to follow in the Tigers' 6th inning. High towering fly ball right field. Reddick to the warning track right in front of the wall.
As a matter of fact, the best pitcher that I ever faced, and it wasn't during the regular season, it was during winter ball, and it was Fernando Valenzuela.
Really?
It was the year before Fernando Mania, I believe 1980, because I think 81 was the year he had the Rookie of the Year and the Cy Young. I saw him that winter, and his stuff was incredible.
What did he throw?
Fastball, 94 to 95. He could spot it, and he had that screwball.
Yeah.
So think about it, a left-hander with a pitch that he threw that acted like a right-hander's curveball. It was incredible.
How'd you do against him?
Well, not very good. Not very good at all.
That's all right. It's a badge of honor. Here's the 1-0, and Peralta takes inside 2-0. Well, when Fernando burst out of the scene, he was something else, wasn't he?
Oh, he took L.A. by storm.
Yeah, he did. He literally did.
He took L.A. by storm. Won his first 8 decisions in 1981.
There's a strike call. 2-1 on Peralta. Rookie of the Year. Cy Young.
Silver Slugger.
He could hit too, that's right.
And they won the World Series that year too.
That's all. Nothing else.
But I saw him before Fernando Mania. I saw him that winter. And I'm like, oh my goodness, is this guy good?
Was there a lot of buzz surrounding that kid at that time?
Not really. Not really down there in Mexico. I mean, it's just like he was pitching well, and he probably had a good winter, but he was the best pitcher that I had faced up until that point.
The 2-2 is rolled foul.
But obviously, when he got to the big leagues that next year, he was dealing.
Two and 2 on Johnny Peralta. Make it full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he walked him. Tigers get a 1-out base runner. It's a second walk now for Aceves. We'll bring up Avila. It's been smooth sailing so far for Terry Francona and the Red Sox. They built a 7-0 lead. It's currently 8-1.
DeMarlo Hale is the bench coach now for Terry Francona. He's standing down there next to Tito. DeMarlo Hale has interviewed for I don't know how many different managerial jobs, but he's going to get one before it's all over.
Do you know him at all?
I do know DeMarlo. Good man, great baseball man. He's occupied a different positions for Francona. Third base coach, now the bench coach. He'll be a manager someday.
0-1 on Alex.
Francona's been breeding some managers lately, too. John Farrell, his pitching coach for 4 seasons, now skippering in Toronto. Brad Mills, his bench coach a couple of years ago, now the manager of the Houston Astros. So good managers breed other managers, I guess you can say.
Well, he's putting together some longevity now in Boston, which hasn't always been the easiest thing to do in the past. This is his 8th season as the skipper of the Red Sox, and Joe Cronin is the only other Red Sox manager that has lasted at least 7 straight years.
He's won a couple of world championships.
Yeah, that'll keep you around, won't it?
Good man.
1-2.
Name is Terry, but everybody calls him Tito. That was his dad's name.
Velo's out of there. Yeah, Tito played quite a bit in the big leagues for 9 seasons, actually. 6 strikeouts now.
Michael Jordan played for Terry Francona for the Birmingham Barons that one season when Jordan decided to take a hiatus from his day job.
Which was basketball, which was the greatest basketball player ever.
Yeah, and he just went away for a year or 2. And then he came back and he was still the greatest basketball player ever.
I remember seeing MJ play that one year. High fly ball. Shallow left field. Here comes Crawford circling under it. And DeSavis gets through the 6th on our way to a rainy 7th inning. Comerica Park. It is 8-1 in favor of Boston. Max Scherzer, 3 earned runs and 35 at home coming in. Today gave up 7 in 2 innings of work. Boston's last 2 games, they have really put up the big time offense, 22 runs. And Adam Wilk, tip your cap to the young man. His big league debut, 3 2/3 in relief, and he gave up just 1 walk, didn't give up any runs. Nicely done. But it hasn't been the Tigers' day today. It's been the Alfredo Aceves show here today.
Well, too much to come back from. Scherzer had a rare off day here today. Did not get through the 3rd inning and just didn't have his good command. And the Boston Red Sox, as you mentioned, they came in swinging the sticks.
So David Ortiz will lead it off here in the 7th. Under a steady rain, which is becoming more and more steady. Ryan Perry delivers home inside 1-0. Ortiz, Crawford, Sutton. It's been amazing how much rain has fallen in the Midwest in the last couple of days.
It rained harder here yesterday in Detroit than I've ever seen it rain. Me personally.
Well, I can't say that I disagree with you. I mean, the ride home yesterday took me forever. I don't know about you.
It took a while, but it was my ride into the ballpark yesterday morning. That was kind of scary.
2-0 the count on David Ortiz. Single walk, 2 runs scored. And another base on balls, actually. He drives this one high and deep to center field. Jackson on the run. Looks up. It's off the base of the wall. Big Papi lumbering into second base with a leadoff double.
Big Papi has still got some lethal bat speed. This fastball was 94 miles an hour by Perry, and it's right down the middle, belt buckle high, and he juiced it. I mean, he absolutely clobbered it. And if Jackson can't run it down, nobody can these days. Big Papi slipped coming around first base. Looking at that baseball, see Pedroia hurt himself a couple days doing that.
And the track is slick right now with all this rain falling. Here's Carl Crawford. Ball 1. Temperature has really cooled down as well. It was 67 at game time. It's 59 right now. Crawford has a triple today, knocking in 2 runs. He's 2 out of 3. And he drives this one to the gap in right center field. That's going to get down and get by Bosch. Crawford is off to the races again. He's going to try for another triple. Here he comes to third. The throw not in time.
He's got world-class speed. As a matter of fact, he could have went to college to play all 3 sports. Basketball, football, and of course baseball. And he splits the gap once again on a slider that basically just spinning, staying right around the heart of the plate and down the middle, and he drills it.
11 hits for Boston. Out there in triples territory. And it's 9-1 in favor of the Red Sox.
We were kind of hoping yesterday when we were looking at the Red Sox score against Cleveland, they would use up some of those hits before they came here to Comerica Park.
Apparently they didn't, because they got 11 more today. What do they have yesterday? 20?
I believe 20.
It's a lot of knocks. 14-2 win. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the Boston offense that I think a lot of baseball folks expected to see.
Took a while, but they're here now.
2 triples today for Crawford.
And to be perfectly honest with you, they're going to run away with their division if they keep playing this kind of baseball, because there's a lot of parity in their division other than them. They have the best team on paper. Yes, the Yankees are good, but I don't think they're as good as this team.
No. They're definitely better than the Yankees. I think they're better than Tampa. They tried to hold up, couldn't do it. Sutton is out of there. You got to be pretty good to start off 2-10 and now hit your stride here in the month of May.
If Boston is able to get to the postseason this year, and they have a good chance to do that, it will only be the second time in the history of the game where a team started off 0-6 and still went to the postseason. Pirates and the Cubs did it.
One strike on Josh Reddick with the infield in a 9-1 ball game.
And in case you're wondering when, the Pirates did it in 1974 and the Cincinnati Reds did it in 95.
Bouncing ball to short. Infield in, keeps the runner from scoring. 2 outs.
Follow the Tigers with the MLB.com @BAT11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Tigers.com.
That'll leave it up to Jason Varitek, who is 1 for 3 today, singled in the 6th inning. And he looks at ball one. Well, with all this rain falling here, the good news is it's supposed to really warm up this weekend. Can't wait for that sunshine.
Just in time for the holiday.
That's right.
Official start of summer.
1-1 on Varitek. Crawford has 3 RBIs, 3 for Ellsbury. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Varitek. 14th season with the Boston Red Sox. Only Tim Wakefield has been around longer than Varitek in a Boston uni. Wakefield pitching tomorrow against Porcello. And the 1-2 pitch. A little bit outside. 2-2 on the captain, Varitek. Tigers have Boston for 4 over the weekend, then Minnesota comes in for a couple. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Perry ends the inning by striking out Varitek. They get another run, though. We go to the stretch. It's now 9-1. When rain's still falling here at the ballpark, the umpires conferring along with Heather Nabazzi to figure out when this rain either might pick up or tail off. And right now they continue to play through it. As the temperatures really chilled down here at the ballpark, rain's been falling for about an inning or so. Hadn't affected the Red Sox, though. They lead 9-1. And we remind you, you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the Big Mac. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space. Now the player's uniform number to 37338, or you can vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. New pitcher is on now for Boston. That would be right-hander Matt Albers.
Well, his numbers aren't as good as they were when we were in Boston a week ago. But he has done yeoman's work for Terry Francona out of that bullpen, while some of the other guys have struggled. You see the earned run average, it's over 4 now. But he is averaging a strikeout per inning, and the league is hitting just .239 against Matt.
Nice job by Aceves today. He gives them 6 very good innings, 1 run, 5 hits. And now Albers takes over. He'll face Brandon Inge. Inge 0 for 2. And Brandon takes strike 1. Up with the right hand goes Eric Cooper. Inge and then Jackson and then Kelly facing Albers, the native of Houston, Texas, living in Sugarland, Texas. Ball outside.
And that's why the earned run average is over 4 now.
Whoa.
And that's his last outing. 5 earned runs, did not get an out. He threw 31 pitches to the Chicago Cubs. I believe it was the same day that Aceves started the game.
Albers, a former Oriole and Houston Astro. Aceves turns it over to the bullpen here in the 7th inning. Tigers down 9-1. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Brandon sends it high in the air. Back of the shortstop, shallow left. Tough play. It turned out to be one, at least for Sutton.
Sutton called that ball right away, which meant Carl Crawford and Ellsbury, they both slowed down, but he didn't have it all the way. That shells the outfielders right there. I got it. Yeah, but he still had some difficulty with it.
A little bit of a cross breeze there that may have gotten that one. Here's Jackson. Single walk steal for Austin. Strike one. Only 5 Tigers hits this afternoon. Jackson a single, a double for Kelly, which by the way keeps the Tigers extra base hit streak going. At least one in every game this year. Grounded foul, 0-2. Cabrera has a single, a base hit for Peralta. And an RBI hit for Alex Avila. Tipped into the glove for strike 3, and Albers has retired the first 2 batters. That's his first strikeout. That'll bring up Don Kelly. 7 strikeouts total now for Boston pitching. Kelly doubled but did not score in the 5th. Ball 1. Two 2-0 on Kelly. Wakefield facing Rick Porcello here tomorrow. 7:05 tilt. Ooh, right back to Albers, who makes the play.
Ooh, Albers better check these britches after that one. Oh boy,
scary! Right back at him. He appears to be okay.
Really?
We'll find out when he gets back to the clubhouse. The 8th inning now here at Comerica Park. Some defensive changes. Jim Leland has taken some guys out of the game. Now Don Kelly will move from left to first base. Ramon Santiago is the new shortstop, replacing Peralta. Casper Wells will enter the game, and he'll play in left field. And it's been all Boston here today as Ryan Perry goes back to the mound. 9-1 as we head to the 8th inning. And it'll be Ellsbury, Pedroia, and Gonzalez due up. It's been a pretty good day for Jacoby. A 3-run homer and a walk. And he'll get it started now here in the 8th as the rain continues to fall here at the ballpark. Perry came on in the 6th inning, got the final out, gave up a run last inning. And he misses high and away to Jacoby Ellsbury. Two 2-0 on Ellsbury. Ellsbury got off to that hot start this year. Put together a 19-game hitting streak back in the month of April. Still the longest hitting streak this year for an American League player. And he draws a walk, his second of the game. Well, here is the upcoming pitching matchups presented by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety. And we see it's Wakefield, Buchholz, and Beckett the next 3 days. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, Porcello, Oliver, Verlander. And, of course, that Beckett-Verlander meeting coming up on Sunday. Before the game today, the two aces talked it over. Maybe exchanging secrets, who knows?
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. A couple pointers here and there.
That'll be fun to watch again. They hooked up back in Boston. Beckett won that game. There's Pedroia. He is 0 for 4. They have 11 hits today, but Pedroia hitless. That'll get back out of play.
Yes, they've slowed he and Gonzalez down today. But everybody else in their batting order has gotten loose.
Gonzalez still hitless against the Tigers this year. And the 1-1. 1-2 on Pedroia. Avila down to block that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, these two here probably don't care for each other that much. Ryan Perry and Ellsbury. Excuse me, Pedroia. Perry went to University of Arizona. Of course, Pedroia, ASU. And it's kind of like this area. Those two schools don't care about each other that much.
And both over the years have had good baseball programs.
No doubt.
I mean, a lot of rich history in both of those programs. That one should find the seats. Kelly is giving chase, and it's back out of play.
Terry Francona, the manager of the Boston Red Sox, he went to the University of Arizona, #1 draft choice out of there, and he also won the Golden Spikes Award the year he left college, which means he was the best player in college.
Here's the 2-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bonds went to Arizona State, didn't he?
He did.
Who else? There were some other big timers too.
Reggie Jackson,
yep.
Bob Horner. Hubie Brooks, Ike Davis. There's a ton of guys.
3-2. Driven high in the air, left field. That ball is against the base of the wall. This is apparently going to get another run in. Standing up and scoring is Ellsbury. Pedroia with a double. That makes it 10-1.
Well, Pedroia joins the hit parade on a 3-2 fastball that appeared to be up in the strike zone. And Pedro able to climb the ladder and get this high fastball that's letter high, somehow get on top of it and whistle a double off the gate in left field. It's a great shot there, showing him getting on top of that fastball up around his letters.
One of those days for Tigers pitching. 10 runs on 12 hits now for Boston. Still nobody out, and that'll bring up Adrian Gonzales. Gonzalez 0 for 4, reaching on an error in his last at bat. Perry missing outside. .43 RBIs already this year for Adrian Gonzalez. That leads the American League. (2-0). Perry replaced Adam Wilk, who made his big league debut in this game. Did some really good work. He came on in the third and got him into the sixth. Ground ball right side and through, a base hit. They'll try and score the run, and they will. RBI single for Adrian Gonzalez, his first hit against the Tiger pitching this year.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it, Gonzalez got himself into a 2-0 fastball count and got the fastball and found the seam on the right side of the infield.
That makes it 11-1. Last two games, the Red Sox have put up 25 runs.
Everybody in their lineup has a hit here today.
And it'll signal the end for Ryan Perry. Tigers go right back to the pen. We'll be back. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. One of those days here at the ballpark. Umbrellas are out, rain gear out. And it's been raining here steadily now for the last couple of innings. The Red Sox offense has also been pouring it on, too. They lead 11-1. That means Enrique Gonzalez will come on.
Yeah, Gonzalez just got recalled from the minor leagues a couple of days ago, so making his first appearance since being recalled. Those are the numbers that he posted while he was here before.
3 straight hits, knocking Ryan Perry out of the game. It's 11-1. Here's Euclid. And he looks at a strike.
Tigers grounds crew is doing a wonderful job at manicuring this field as we take a peek at Gonzalez's numbers in the 10 games that he spent down in Toledo.
It's a challenge keeping the infield dry, and they've come out and spread the diamond dry in the base path areas.
Well, I like the fact that the umpires have continued to try to get this game in without a delay.
1 ball, 1 strike. Slow roller to first base, and Kelly picks it up. So the runner advances. He's going to break up Ortiz. Big day today for Big Papi. He's been on base 4 times, 2 walks, a single, and a double. 13 hits for Red Sox hitters today. Ball 1 to Ortiz. His average now is up to .311. Big swing, 1 ball, 1 strike.
He clobbered a dealer.
For the game today, Ortiz and Victor Martinez renewing acquaintances, former teammates. Here's the 1-1 high, 2 balls, 1 strike. So the Tigers today have gone with Scherzer, who has bounced out in the 3rd, Wilk, Perry, and now Gonzalez. And the 2-1. 2-2 on David Ortiz. He's played in 6 All-Star games. It's been so long now you barely remember his days with the Minnesota Twins. Two and two. Ortiz began his big league career in '97 with Minnesota and played with the Twins through 2002, but it really wasn't until he got to Boston that the big numbers started to come. He had 5 straight years of over 100 RBIs in a Red Sox uniform. The 2-2 pitch is outside. 3-2 on Ortiz.
The Minnesota Twins non-tendered David Ortiz, did not offer him a contract, which meant he was free to sign with whichever team he wanted to sign with, and he chose the Boston Red Sox, and as they say, the rest is history.
Popped him up. This will be on the infield. Santiago stays with it. 2 gone. Some news and notes around Major League Baseball. Don't know if you saw the highlights last night, but it's official now. Buster Posey has a broken leg on that collision at home plate last night, and likely is out for the season, and that's a big blow to them, Ron. I mean, he's a really, really good young player.
That's a big blow to baseball. Not just the Giants, but baseball in general. I mean, we need stars like Buster Posey to keep playing so the young kids keep playing. Wonderful young man to look up to.
Here's Carl Crawford. Phillies played that 19-inning game last night with the Cincinnati Reds.
And Mariano Rivera, congratulations once again. 1,000th career appearance with one squad.
Big day for Crawford. 2 triples and a single. And the big day just got bigger.
Oh, he's on fire right now.
That's his 2nd consecutive 4-hit game.
How can you be so cold and then get so hot?
4 for 4 with a homer yesterday. 4 for 5 with 2 triples today. And Carl Crawford is back. That's the 14th hit for the Red Sox this afternoon. That'll bring up Drew Sutton. First and third for the Red Sox. We're in the 8th. 2 more runs in. 11-1 Boston. Ball 1. That's fouled off at home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sutton. Sutton playing short today. Jed Lowry had been scuffling a little bit, so they gave him the day off. Sutton, a guy that has played second, short, played some outfield, and was doing well down at Pawtucket. 26 RBIs, hitting over 300. Two and one. Terry Francona, the Red Sox have a chance to move into a first-place tie with a win here today. That's drilled to left field and hit well. Casper Wells going back. It's over his head, up against the wall. The onslaught continues. They're going to stop Crawford at third base. Gonzalez scores, and now it's 12-1 Boston. So Enrique Gonzalez has come on, and he's gotten a couple of outs, but has given up a couple of hits. Here comes the 8th man to bat in the inning, Josh Reddick. Ball 1 to Reddick. And the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike 1-1. Reddick called up today from Pawtucket and immediately inserted into the starting lineup. He has 2 singles, stolen a base. He's chipped in. RBI as well. And the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. 15 hits now for the Boston Red Sox. 12 runs on 15 hits.
That's 35 hits in the last 2 days. Wow.
Well, maybe they've used them up for the rest of the series.
Let's hope so.
Here's the 2-1. 2-2 is the count now on Reddick. Varitek waiting on deck. If they get to him, that means they will have batted around in this inning. And that's low. 3-2. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. Boston this year came in 7-2 against the Central Division. Of course, they beat the Tigers 2 games in Boston last week, so they've done good work here against the Central. They're about to go to 8-2. That's driven toward the alley in right center field. Bosch will get over there, play it on a hop. This will bring 2 more runs in. It's 2 RBIs for Josh Reddick, 3 on the day. And the pounding continues here. (14-1). So those 2 runs belong to Gonzalez. The first 3 runs were the property of Ryan Perry. 16 hits. Here's Varitek. Ball 1. Will this qualify as one of those days?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This is one of those games where you just have to have a really short memory. You talk about it for a little bit afterwards, but 30 minutes after the game, see you later. Come back, get him tomorrow. Go have a nice dinner. Forget about it.
Well, the Red Sox posted 20 hits yesterday. They've got 16 more today. The Indians were saying the same thing yesterday after their big loss. 2-1 now on Varitek.
That's why you can't get too high when you're playing well, and you can't get too low when you have a game like this. You just can't.
Meanwhile, with this long half inning here, the water is starting to accumulate on the infield now. Wave and a miss, 2-2, especially around the shortstop, second base positions.
Everywhere.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Jason Varitek. Ooh, and that one got Avila. Oh. Here comes Kevin Rand. Frigid cold day here this afternoon. The rain is falling, and that one bit Avila. Look, he got him on the hand. Did it found the bare hand? Well, did it? Maybe
yeah,
not.
It got him on the hand, I believe. The fingertip, the thumb. Avila, one of those guys that does not put his hand behind the body to protect it, but what he does do is you can see it's kind of limp. It's not a fist. And when your hand is kind of limp like this, not a fist, if it does hit it, more than likely it's not going to break. That's why guys do not have fists when they have their hand exposed like he did there.
3-2. And a drive down the right field line. That'll hook back into the seats. Well, really, it's been one streak after another for the Tigers this year.
Yep.
Lost 7 of their first 10. Won 9 of their next 12. Losing streak of 7 straight. Then they won 10 of 11. A little bit of a roller coaster ride. Again, the 3-2. High fly ball center field. Austin Jackson waiting under it. And the inning is over. Finally, they send 9 men to the plate and score 5 times. Tiger Baseball today presented by Bell Tire. Red Sox have scored 5 more, and the rain still falls here, and they try to come out and throw some diamond dry on the field. They just couldn't quite get it dry enough, so you know what that means. Here comes the tarp as we're getting ready to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And so really not much of a choice because that water rod was starting to puddle up. It was getting kind of dangerous out there.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. The umpires, they tried to wait it out as long as they possibly could to see if they could get this game in. But that 5 runs that the Boston Red Sox put up in the 8th inning, just too much water on the field.
So it's a long day here at the ballpark. It'll get a little bit longer as they roll the tarp onto the field right now. Tigers down 14-1. And as we wait out the rain delay.